of sex, which is defined by the genitalia you're born with, as well as gender identity, which is whether you associate male or female.
Gender is defined by the genitalia that one is given at birth.
Gender is whatever identity you take on as a person, like masculine or feminine or in between, as opposed to sex, which is the organs you're given at birth.
Gender is whichever masculine or feminine role you choose to associate with, regardless of sex.
Gender does matter, but it shouldn't matter.
Gender is like a name. That name is just a name. It doesn't say who you are, where you came from, what you want to be, or anything like that.
Gender is just what you are. It's not who you are.
Gender also does matter in religion because there's some things males can do that girls can't.
Gender does matter when you register for school because they want to know if you're a female, they want to know if you're a male because they sometimes they put you in different categories.
I think gender matters in some countries.
It depends on the situation, if gender matters or not.
Gender matters because children need both masculine and feminine figures in their lives.
This is Dr. Monk. In this interview, we're just going to ask him a few questions on gender and health. And he is an expert psychiatrist.
Thinking about our human bodies. When young women look in the mirror and they look at themselves, they are measuring themselves against some kind of ideal image of what an attractive woman looks like. And one of the very common eating problems with young people is bulimia, which is when people, especially young women, can eat irregular amounts of food, or they binge eat, which is they eat a whole lot of food all at once, and then they go to the bathroom and then they throw it up. That becomes a mental health issue. Anorexia nervosa, where typically young women do this, but there are a small number of men that do it, self-starvation, and it's the most dangerous mental health issue out of all of the mental health issues. More people die from anorexia nervosa than any other mental illness. Men look at themselves in the mirror and figuring out, do I measure up to having a triangular shaped body where I have broad shoulders and a six-pack, and if they find that they're too skinny or they're overweight, they can also really distress themselves, and if it gets extreme, they can have eating issues as well. It may come out as a depression, which is a state of sleeping a lot, being tired all of the time, not wanting to eat, just waking up every day and feeling this dark, hopeless place. And they can relate to our bodies. With depression, it's much more related to our relationships with the people that we're closest to. Men and women suffer from depression probably more equally, but the causes of it can be somewhat gendered. But oftentimes the causes of the depression, the guy might feel like I don't have a girlfriend, I don't feel successful in being able to create a relationship with someone that I care about, that can escalate, and they start to feel isolated and don't feel worthwhile with their peer group, and so the depression might be about not being able to engage people that they want to have a close relationship with. And for, say, a female, it might be they're waiting for someone to ask them to go out, or that they're wanting to be special and have people approach them. But then once the depression arrives, it can treat males and females exactly the same way. Right. But the causes of it could be slightly different.
In conclusion, basically both genders do, gender and mental health do tie into each other, because both genders do struggle with many mental issues. Thank you very much for coming.
gender is the
It's like shoes. Except you don't change it a lot.
is it trying